Hello everyone. It's Lori here with my crafty mind for you, part 2 tutorial of Mod Podge, a pumpkin for fall. But I'll show you what happened. It almost looks like the paint, maybe it just soaked right through it. I don't know what happened, but they got so really chewed up. But I don't know, that might look more realistic, huh? We'll see what happens. I have some those little, what are those called? Those little apple barrel and folk art from Walmart paints, and I think I'm going to use those. I'm going to give you a close-up look at this, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish this bottom part. I'm going to go ahead and redo the bottom part because you can see where my fingers picked up the napkin. Plus I want to have a good finished look everywhere. And then up here on top I was thinking of getting a piece of doily. And these have nice little circles. I'm putting a little circle there and then putting the stem. But we'll see. I think this is really going to give it some character. I don't know, we'll put something there, lace, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to step up and show this to you. I'm going to get behind the camera because I want you to be able to have a good look at it, and I want to make sure that I'm in frame when I do this. So, I'll give you a good look at the little pumpkin here. It's the top. And go around. I think it came out really cute. I like these little leaves. I think they're really pretty. They're dainty, huh? Yeah, so this is what I need to be touching up here. So I'm just going to put a whole new layer. Put the little stem in. We'll paint that first. But see, before they actually had it like off to the side, so it wasn't even in the center. Oops, wasn't even in the center. So now that I have done this, I can actually put this in the center. And these are actually really small. But you can see so I'm going to go ahead and paint these. Let me grab some paint. So I got a ton of paints here. Let's see which one is going to work. Let's see here. I've got what looks more like a stalk. Well, not a stalk. I'm thinking of a corn stalk. A stem, right? So I think a little bit of brown for sure. I might have to mix it with some, actually, there's that one. I might have to mix it with a little bit of darker, maybe brown with a little bit of a highlighted greenish kind of little lines of green maybe. Okay, brown is this? This is just a brown oxide. That's a lighter brown. Maybe the brown oxide. See what that looks like. It's kind of like a little bit lighter than a chocolate brown. It might be too dark. Let's see. This one is a nutmeg brown. That might work. Yeah, I think so. And then this green might be a little too dark. Let's see if we can find a lighter green. A darker green. Palm leaf and Kelly green. They pretty much look about the same. Wow, they feel really thin too. It's a pretty green. Wow, are they really that thin? This is a little darker. I might just kind of... I was going to do them gold. I don't know. What would look best now? I don't know. We'll see. Very dark green. We'll see what happens. Let's see, I'm gonna have to get some paintbrushes, aren't I? Alrighty. I'm gonna need one for stripes. It's too thick. I need more of a firm brush. That might work. Okie dokie. Let's see what happens here. The good thing is they're on a little toothpick. You know what? While I'm doing this, let's put this bottom on first. So that while the bottom is drying, I can be doing the stem. I think that's the best way to do it. Get my bottom on. Perfect. Okay. One of my little leaves over here is not quite drying. Kind of pulled at it here. There we go. Fix that. dry is nice because you can put more pressure on it. Still don't want to put too much pressure on it. Don't want to pull it up. That's for sure. I think this one is a little bit wider. Make sure I get it in those grooves pretty good, because you notice it's where it's bubbling is in those grooves. I want to cover my corn. Wow, that was risky. So it's best to push down on your creases first. Just learn that. And then go around the other parts, the rounded parts. Pressing down on it. I'm even wondering if I should even put a coat on top. I don't even think I need to. I don't think I will. I think I stand a chance tearing that. I mean, it's glued down already, so. You know, because I put the Mod Podge under it. So I don't need to put it on top. I'm not going to. Unless I start seeing that it's bubbling, and I don't think it's going to. I think this is actually, oh, this works out perfect. Doing it this way. Just check your little parts where the pumpkin goes in, like into a valley. Maybe I'll just brush the edges of it and make sure that my napkin's not going to come up. Yeah, it's much better. That way too, it can just dry that way when I work on the stem. Okay, really wish this was bigger. Wondering if I have any foam. Not this thick, I don't. Should have saved some styrofoam. I threw it away. Well, that's what we got. So we gotta work with what we have, right? Now, let me get a palette. Or anything with that in here. Let's see. shouldn't because it was inside of these little cubbies that Walmart sells. Those little wooden things, and you put the little fabric drawers inside, but dust gets in there, I don't know, just does. I don't want to get it in my paint. Like, Lori, it's just going on the stem. I could hear my son telling me that. Mom, it's not like anybody's gonna see it. It'll bug me though, because I'll know. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. This one's almost empty. See what the different colors are. You might want to add that. Ooh, I think I put way too much in there. Goodness, that was runny. That was really runny. I did not want to do that. So, that being said, as my husband would say, improvise, adapt, and overcome. Or how would he say it? Did I say it backwards? Adapt, improvise, and overcome. I know overcome is the last part of it. Wow, pow, 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 pow. That's definitely a high-powered rifle. And you know, we're at least a good 3 miles down the road. That's really loud. That sounds awfully close. You know, we had a drone coming through here not too long ago, about a month ago. And it sounded like they were knocking on our windows. First it sounded like that, like a rifle, because they have, what do you call it? They have like little recorders that you can put sounds on them. That's what I was told. And first couple of weeks, it sounded like that, like a high-powered rifle. And then after that, it sounded like they were tapping on my daughter's bedroom window at night. And she told me, Mom, I can hear someone at the window. I thought, oh, she's little, you know, little kids just think they're hearing things. But no, I was up in the craft room late one night in here, and I heard it, and it sounded like it was on her bedroom window. And I asked her, I said, is that you? She was watching a show, and she said, no, I told you. Somebody's knocking on my window. And I got upset. I ran up to her window and didn't see anything. And when I went to her window, I heard that same sound in her bathroom, which is about 2 doors down and on the opposite side of the hall. And I immediately ran to that window, and there was nothing there. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to wake up my husband to see he'd already gone to bed. I told him what was going on. Well, I went to our bedroom. We heard it again, like at her bedroom and at the bathroom window. So he says, well, I guess I'll go outside and check. I said, no, because we're not sure what it is. You know, maybe somebody. And I hate for something to happen to my husband, right? I said, no, don't do that. We'll call the cops and see what's going on. Well, law enforcement came about, like I said, we live in a country and, I don't know. They're not that busy, I know, because I'm former law enforcement, so I know they're not that busy. But, yeah, so their department is about maybe about 20 minutes from here, if that. Well, they got here like 2 hours later. Anyhow, my mom went to church like a couple nights before. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's pretty loud. There it is again. So she went to church a couple nights later. There was the church service and we stayed home. We didn't go that night. And on her way home, she was talking to the driver because they pick her up. And she was telling him what was going on. He said they had been hearing that, and they live in the city that my husband just went to, which is a ways away. And he said they had been hearing the same kind of noises at their windows, and by the time they get there, nothing was there. Nobody or nothing. And they didn't know what it was. Well, they happened to be driving home when they spotted, he thought was like an airplane of some kind. You know, those mechanical ones that you can operate. And she said, no. He said, do you mind if I stop and park right here so we could check this out? And she says, no, go right ahead. She says, no. And she told him, that's not an airplane. That's not one of those airplanes. You know what that is? She goes, that's a drone. Look at it. It had all kinds of lights. And sure enough, it had just passed right between our home and our neighbor's home, a couple fields down, and they were able to see it from the road. So, you know, they have ears, right? Those ears that you can put on them and record what people are saying in their home. So I told my husband about it, and you know, everybody's like, wow, that comes through your home again, just shoot it down, da da da. Like, yeah, right, okay. So I'm gonna be out there shooting in the middle of where there's homes. You just can't be doing that. So besides, you gotta have a gun to do that. Hear that? I hope you can hear that. So, see what I'm talking about. But anyhow, so yeah, they saw it. It definitely was a drone. So we're like, okay, next time we hear that, we see it, we're just gonna pop that thing right out of the sky. So all it took was us saying that, and we hadn't heard it again for, goodness, maybe about a good, until now, which had been maybe about 2 months. And the neighbor, her cousin was here the other day next door. I happened to walk outside and he was working on her truck, her cousin, and I was talking to her and him and letting him know, and she said she had been hearing like that, like gunshots, and she just thought, you know, people were out, but they're not going to be out in the dark shooting like that. Not, I mean, law enforcement would, but that's not a range for law enforcement. So no, she's like, well, I have a pistol. She goes, I'm just going to shoot that thing down. And he got to telling us some stuff. My mom, when they saw it, it would come between our two homes, and then it would go behind our homes about 2 acres where there's some homes there. So that had to be its launching and landing spot. So it's got to be some neighbors up here, but I mean, these people have to have bucks, because the way she described it, as huge as she described that one to me, it was about the size of, you know, a dashboard in a vehicle, like in a truck, standard size truck, that wide, and about, you know, if you have a round coffee table, not a coffee table, like a round standard dinner table, about that big. So I mean, it had to be somebody that had mega bucks to spend money on a drone that size. So yeah, she said they would see it go off the ground about 15 feet and then it would launch back over to our house. I bet if I was to call her right now, she'd say she's hearing gunshots. Usually she'll call me, but since we know what it is already, I mean, it's like, why call? As long as I know she's okay. And my brother lives right next door to her, so she has him there too. But that's what's been going on. So just for future, if you all decide to do this project, do not use spray paint because it eats through your styrofoam. Unless you're going for that look, which honestly I wasn't, but it happened, and I think actually in this case actually looks more natural. This one, I guess I'm gonna have to use my fingers. Why this is on there? The other ones weren't on there. I had to take them out with pliers. But this one was definitely on there, but I need to get in that spot. It's not in the center where it should be. It's just right on the edge. I got my paintbrush all full of paint. Goodness. My hair tickling me. $24. So that's a pretty good sized magazine they got there. Or a belt. So that tells me that probably carries about 30 rounds, 28. Maybe an AR-15 maybe. If not an AR-15, maybe it's what would it be? It's definitely a high-powered rifle. So maybe they have an extended magazine. I don't think that's an AK-47 because you could make them actually go full auto if you know what you're doing. You just hold it ever so slightly, the trigger, and you can make that go full auto. And that does not sound like a semi-automatic. That sounds like a full auto. So that's why I'm saying it could be the drone back out. It used to come around between 9:30 and 10. And now here it is. It started happening since about 4:30, and we're pushing 6 o'clock now, so it's 10 till 6. Let's see what happens if I add just a touch of gold. I have a lot of could I say it? Problem with narcotics out in this area too. So that wouldn't surprise me if that was like something connected to. Well, the funny thing is that when my mom would hear it, she would hear it coming like from over here from our area. And when we would hear it like if it was coming from where she lives, that opposite area. So that thing was probably like just moving really fast, going back and forth. We were told the other day that someone just right up a couple streets from where we live It's apparently really big dealers. I don't know how I got on this topic other than just hearing that. Sorry, ladies, I don't know if I should probably not have been talking about that. I just got into this conversation with you all. So I'm adding a little bit of gold, and I'm kind of liking the way that looks. Maybe I might add a few streaks of little bit of green. Let's see what happens. And then this is still wet, so, but you can still see the gold on there. I like the effect. And I'll give you a close-up look of that also. Because it's still wet, it's kind of drying, well, not drying, but it's kind of like streaking on there really nicely. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's like mixing in really nice. Kind of like an organic look. I never do this, work out of the bottle, especially transferring, but these are almost empty, so that's the reason I really don't care about this bottle. It's like on its very last drops. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. Some little dots, gold. It kind of looks nice with all these little ridges that this spray paint created on there. I like it. Looks very natural. So the other day, well, back in October, we're November now. Today's the 16th, I believe. Yes, the 16th. So back in October, like the last week of October, beginning of last week, we had both of our moms over for a little Thanksgiving because, you know, they're elderly and they can't really travel that much. And so I made them a Thanksgiving dinner. It was during the week. They were so excited. But anyhow, my son invited us all over. That's where we're going. I mentioned that earlier. But also their church that they go to is having Thanksgiving. I cannot get over how watery these apple barrels are. My goodness, I'm used to working with acrylics. But so they invited us to go to their church on this coming Sunday. Man, this is just like water. Splashed right out of the jar. We're not gonna be able to go though, I don't think so, because it's like we're gonna, right after that church, the next week we'll be going to his house, and they live like about 2-hour drive, 2.5-hour drive maybe, from where we're at, and it would be like 3 or 4 days after. So I told my husband, oh, I don't think I want to do that because it's going to be quite a lot. Because the same week, the day, let's see, it'd be like the day after, no, the day before, they would be having their church Thanksgiving. My mother's going to that. My sister's taking her, which is really nice. She'd been wanting to go there anyways. Oh, I kind of ruined that one. That one's going to have to stay kind of green. she'll be taking my mom to that one. And they really wanted us to go, but I told my son, you know, that would be me making 3 trips because we're going to be having our daughter's birthday party up in that area since that's where all the grandchildren are. Man, that thing's just popping off. And I mean, 3 trips up there in like a week and a half. That's just too much, man. So, but I didn't have these injuries, it'd be easy and I'd say, yes, let's do it. But I don't even like that green one. I do. Let me see. I don't like it more than the others. I don't know. Kind of looks nice. Let's see here. Trying to see which one's going to look better with that. So they'll be taking Mom up there. So she's gonna have 2 Thanksgivings this year. Well, we're gonna have 2 also. We would have 3 if I go. Let's see. I don't think I kind of did like the green. Well, let's see what happens. We'll do this one green. I told him, I don't know, we'll see. We'll take clothes when we go for our daughter's birthday party, and because it would be the next day. And we'll see how I'm feeling. If I feel like staying the night, if I feel like I can do that, we will, but honestly don't think I'm going to be able to. Let's see here. I don't know. We'll let them dry and see what happens. For now, I need to figure out what I'm going to do on top of that pumpkin. I'm going to go put this to soak and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went and I got me this hole punch just to see how this is going to look with the doily on the top, and I think it'll look cute. I don't know, I probably should cut it out with scissors, but wow, I might have to. Let me see. Goodness, I don't think it's going to cut through this doily. Is there more than one doily here? You know, some of these aren't made to cut through thicker materials. Oh, there we go. It wasn't going down. It was stuck somehow. Let me see. Try again. A bit over so I could see what I'm doing. Goodness gracious. Let me see something. I think my hole punch is not going down all the way. There's something stuck in there. time to mess with that. I really need my glasses. Okie dokie. Oh, that's gonna look pretty. It's gonna look like it's missing something on this side though. I think I'll put that to the back. Let me see. Or should I put it to the front? Oh, to the front. Back or the front? Let's see. Yeah, I like this style to the front better. So, hopefully you could see that. I don't think these are dry yet. I wonder if I should put some lace. If I put some lace, it's going to, oh, that's still wet. Okay. If I put some lace around the top edge, it might take away from my picture here. You know, I think I'll skip the lace this year on this pumpkin. When I do them out of material, which I want to do for my Etsy shop next year, I'll put lace and stuff, and those ones will probably be out of velvet. For now, let's see which stem is going to look prettier. And I think I'm going to go with, wow, I like them both. They're still wet. I think I like the brown one. Let's see what that's going to look like. Before I glue this down, I'm almost scared to push this in because I don't want the stick to come up over my, oh, that looks cute. But this is going to definitely have to pushed in more. Okay, that looks so cute. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. See the top? Let's see what it looks like with the green one. What do you guys think? The green one or the brown one? I think I like the green one. Facing that way anyways. Maybe I can put a little bit more gold on it, or maybe that'd be too much gold. Maybe more of a darker green, or I can scratch some edges into it. Let's see what that would look like. usually have this is my book binding needle. I don't think I want to use that. Let me use I usually have a needle, straight pin needle up here somewhere. I try and have things handy because I'm always looking for something. There's a safety pin. Ooh, that's exactly what I was talking about. Scratch some. And I'll show you what I'm doing here. Just making it look more realistic. Putting some little lines, like little grooves. I mean, I know it's already really rough, but you do have lines, right? I have overdid it there. Still some paint in there. Maybe not, actually. Kind of looks real. Show you what I did. My fingers look horrible. Sorry, guys. Don't look at my fingers, they look terrible. That looks more realistic, huh? So let's see what it looks like on the pumpkin. Oh yeah. But that way. What do you think? Yeah? I think so. Well, there she is. Now I'm going to, I think I'm going to give it a glossier finish. Of course, I got to glue that down. And I think for that, I'm going to just use regular adhesive. Well, since I have this glue out, I might as well just use this glue. Or this Mod Podge, I mean. But I'm only going to Mod Podge the back of this. Oh boy. Let's see. Trying to remember. So this is like the center. But I thought I had that little circle in there somehow. Goodness. I don't want to touch a napkin because the napkin's going to stick all over my hand. Let me grab a wipey. This is really cute. Yeah, I was going to do candles, and I thought, you know, we did that one year already. And that's going to get kind of boring. We're going to say, oh yeah, Mom's going to bring candles. They think I'm bringing candles because I told my sister I was going to. But then I saw these little pumpkins at the Dollar Tree, and I thought, wow, that'd be cute. So I'll just let them think I'm taking goodness, I put that on wrong. Ooh, I can't take it off now, it's too late. Well, that's gonna have to stay that way. Oh boy, is it? Yes, it is. All right. I wanted it to be turned more this way, but that is still the front. So take out all the excess Mod Podge. Put my little stem back in. Gonna have to glue that one down. So with that, I don't know, these glues, I can't use hot glue because it'll melt right through the styrofoam. I really like the effect that gave it when I scratched it. So I'm going to use, I think, Fabri-Tac. Even though it's in there with a, I have this underneath my desk because it's inside of one of my caddies, my little plastic tote containers, because I have it upside down because this stuff takes forever just to come out, and then it's so tacky because it's fabric glue. Ah, this stuff is sticky. Clogged my hole. Sitting there too long. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's not gonna like stop coming out, guys. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do? Okay. I'm going to have to get, where's my popsicle stick? It's like coming over, I gotta pop that bubble. I've never had this happen ever. So I like just don't leave your Fabri-Tac upside down. Lesson learned. Do not. Oh my gosh, I don't believe this. Wow. And anybody that has worked with Fabri-Tac knows what I'm talking about. You know, one of our crafty friends, one of our ladies in our craft group, showed a picture, and now I understand what happened, I think. Her glue bottle, I don't know if it was Fabri-Tac, I'm gonna have to get back on there and look, cracked, split right in half when she was working on a project. And it could have been Fabri-Tac. Because man, this stuff is, I mean, look at this. I have never seen anything like this. Thank God it's not super glue. Guarantee if it was super glue, it would not be doing this. And here I thought I'm doing a good thing because this stuff takes so long to drip down. I was not doing a good thing, guys. Ladies. I keep saying guys, I've got to get out of that habit. My goodness, look at this mess. I'm going to have to turn off the camera and come back because I cannot work with this sticky mess. It works. Okay. Get my little stem back in there. Make sure it's where I like it. There we go. And this bottle, wow. Look at this. Sorry. Okay, so there we have it. And now I just want to give it a nice gloss. I better leave that in there. This is really cute. Very cute. So before so here it is. Top, front, and the bottom. And a little stem. There she is. Okay, so I'm going to give this a gloss finish. So I'm not going to do the bottom yet until the top dries, so it won't stick to my craft mat. And then pick up pulling the paper off. But if you notice, I'm not doing the doily or the stem. The stem isn't shiny. I like it that way. Okay. Can already see it drying nice and shiny on that side. So there we have it. Okay, so my husband and my little girl just got back, and I'm gonna zap this, help it dry. My goodness, all the way to the other city, just for some leg screws, imagine that. So our little pumpkin is finished. It just needs to dry, and it's drying nice and shiny. Hi, honey.
Hi.
So she's back. You gonna give mommy a hug?
Yes.
Did you have a nice ride? I love you. This is my little girl. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Say hi to the ladies.
My name is Yasmin.
This is little Yasmin. She has her own YouTube channel. Yasmin's World of Fun. Thank you, baby. And she does little projects on there, and she also just does like little play things for kids. And she's learning how to craft. She's got her little puppy here with her. And what's your puppy's name? You want to tell the ladies what your puppy's name is?
Cubby. She's a
This is
Pomeranian.
Cubby? Cubby. This is Cubby.
You know why her name is Cubby?
Tell them why her name is Cubby.
Because
Come here.
she looks like a bear cub. And she's a Pomeranian.
Yeah. Pomeranian, huh?
They're cute.
We don't want any of her fur getting on this, right?
Yeah. She's so cute.
One of her little stuffies. We're gonna hopefully next spring or summer give her a real pup. She needs a real puppy. She's our only one left at home and she doesn't have a playmate, so a puppy will be perfect, I believe. Okay, so this is still pretty tacky, but you can see how nice and glossy it's drying, and it is a high gloss, I believe. No, it's the Glass Luster Mod Podge, okay? So I guess the one that I had poured into this bowl was matte. I thought I had poured the gloss one, but when I realized it wasn't drying glossy, that's what it was. It was matte. So we had a matte finish. So now you see what the matte finish looked like, and now you can see what the gloss looks like. Obviously shiny. But if you've never worked with Mod Podge before, it's very simple to work with. And I'm gonna burn that napkin. See it kind of bubbling up in spots. Let me zoom in, and I will bring this up close so you can see the finished pumpkin. Okay, nice and shiny. And you can see the shine, what a difference that is. It's the gloss, how pretty that is. So there she is, nice and pretty. I will be doing the other 4 pumpkins, not on this YouTube, of course. This was just a tutorial from start to finish to show you how I do it, or how I did it. We kind of learned things together, of what to do and what not to do. And now I'm pretty sure the rest will be a whole lot faster. And I probably am going to, I am going to go ahead and gloss the bottom of this, but I won't be doing it on this YouTube. I think this has been a long enough one. So when they're all done, I'm going to load up this YouTube video, and you will have a picture of all of them. And as far as that goes, I'm having a difficult time loading YouTube's tutorials because they're taking some time. I don't know why they're taking, like, some of them are taking 3 days for a 30-minute tutorial. One of them took 5 days, and it just kept bouncing me back off. So I kept getting an error. So I have to actually stay on it when I'm downloading it. So this may be in 2 parts. So here it is. And again, as I always say, happy crafting, and thank you for watching this tutorial. I'm glad to have you here with me to share my journey of crafting. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, like it and share it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And once again, happy crafting, and see you later. Bye-bye. Here are a few pictures of the pumpkin that we Mod Podged for fall. Please give me a big thumbs up liking this video if you did, and share it with your friends. If you have not subscribed already, please do so, as it does help my channel to grow. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.